But I like to go back and focus a little bit on your process of how you make decisions. You know, how you come to a conclusion. Do you do that more on a gut feel, or do you look at the analytical data more?
That's a very interesting question. You know, in venture capital, in startup venture capital, which is the kind of venture capital I practice and have for 25 years, there's this debate that goes on about people. And when you're trying to hire people to come into the firm, you know, is that person someone who could be good at analyzing things, or is that person who could be good at operating? Sort of, are you an analytic type or an operating type? How do you make decisions, you know? And there's always been this, I think, some feeling by other people in the industry who've worked with me say, well, I'm not analytical, I'm a gut investor, I think is the term you would hear. Mm-hmm. And I think there's some truth on the outside to that. It may look that way, but actually I don't think it's really true. I think the truth is that in my case, you know, I analyze things very deeply. I spend a lot of time. I'm very analytic, actually. But the thing is, once you decide, once you kind of have a feel for which way you should go, and by the way, in startups, it's not always obvious. There's always a lack of data. You're never going to have perfect information. That's something you have to become comfortable with. But you then have to make a decision and go. Don't look back and make it happen. It's about making it happen. It's not necessarily about, you know, it's going to happen on its own, or somehow it's going to happen because of this influence or that influence. You have to make it happen. And so that is the part that becomes very much of almost force of will, you know, and you have to be right. You have to set yourself in the right direction. But I think you can make things successful if, in fact, you work really hard and just keep pushing.